All right, here we are. Yeah. So I'm getting some weird message that we're not live on Facebook. I don't know what's
Mhm.
up with that. I don't know how I can resolve that. That's always a fun thing to have. Go live.
We're not live on Facebook, but that's the whole thing.
They don't deserve us.
They
Go live.
don't. That's
Oh,
upsetting.
Do they know how special we are?
I don't know. I don't know what to.
You know who I
Yeah, we are not live.
Oh, it says remove. I don't really want to deal with this right now. So we're not gonna deal with that. We're just gonna not be live on Facebook today. I guess the Zuck got us. Oh shit.
He heard us saying
I
Zuck
know.
off.
I know. But anyway, tonight's episode of Winter Murderland is a chilling tale of that one time Mother Nature tried to kill us all. But hey, we survived, and we're gonna talk some music and our favorite podcast or episodes of this podcast for music lovers only. So yeah.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you. Music.
Lovers only.
Technical
am.
difficulties already. I have no idea what's going on. I'm still.
Look how different we all look. It's been so long.
Yeah.
I grew a beard. Never mind, I had one before.
I grew one too.
No, you did.
Okay, I don't know. I try. We'll see if it can pick up from Facebook. I don't know.
If not, you can replay it on there later.
It looks
and
like
watch it later.
we're good now. So I don't know if it caught the intro, but hey, we're live on Facebook. Yeah, I got it's. We're gonna recap 2024 because it's not 2024 anymore. This is the first podcast of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
As always, we got Sontia and Coach. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun this year.
We
last
did.
year.
Speak for yourself. I had a lot of fun. Oh, you said that. Never mind. Sorry.
Well, it was a year, you know. I mean, there was we had a lot of fun on the podcast. I did not have there was no time on the podcast I didn't have fun. The rest of life was lifing, but it's better than deathing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And there was a lot of that, a lot of near deaths, and a lot of hit and misses. And
Mm-hmm.
I should have died a long time ago. Every day is just a gift now. So
exactly.
Yeah, I get that totally.
just living them.
Well, if anybody's out there watching on Facebook, let us know if it's working.
It is. I just checked it out. It blurted through for a second. Didn't have it muted. Not a pro.
Cool. But yeah, I don't know how did everybody's New Year holidays, and it's been 2 weeks. I missed this more than I should probably admit.
I have been busy with holidays. It was busy holidays. Like every holiday, there was something busy to do, like cooking and cleaning and going and picking up and setting down and reinventing. So this has been, it's always kind of busy during the holidays, but it was just my house. Now I'm going back and forth to houses and finding people over and hoping that my mom doesn't cuss anybody out for no reason. So it was busy. So I'm glad we had the break because I needed the break.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we got, I mean, Christmas and New Year's was on the Wednesday, so yeah, double teaming us. And then, like I said, with Thanksgiving, all three of the trifecta this time of year is, and we finally got that winter weather and no apocalypse 2025.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I used to kind of like this weather. Now I'm just fine without it. If it wasn't here, I'd be okay. So it is what it is.
Now that I got to scrape cars and I don't clean driveways. I don't do that. I mean, I'll clean pathways if I need to.
Yeah, I've never understood shoveling driveways because you just drive over that shit.
Yeah.
Usually this one was just icy enough and just other things have been going on that this storm I did not. I did clean a lot of driveway and sidewalks at work. Scraped enough to do my driveway 3 or 4 times. But that's just so people are safe when they come in there to buy parts, gotta be safe.
That's different. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a good Christmas, ton of people around, got no drama. New Year's old man stuff, just sat at home with the family, literally did nothing, had 2 beers, and went to work the next morning.
Yeah. I went to go see a friend and tried to get there before the party started, but they had taken the day off. The entire party was already, I got there like 6 and there was people going home too drunk already. And I'm like, well, this didn't work. I hung for about an hour and a half and, I was like, yeah, I'm going home.
Man, I went to my sweetheart's house and it was him and his girls and me and my boys. And we played the longest game of Monopoly in the world. Nice. And it was like, I never thought that I would team up against anybody, but me and my littlest are kind of devious people, So before it was all over and done, I realized that this is the one that's going to put me in the good retirement home. I realized that.
Take good care of him. Treat him nice. Oh, you want that? You want that extra toy? Here you go.
Yeah, keep the scandalous ones close.
Yeah. No, they had out there. I hung out with the kids more than I did the adults out there on New Year's, and someone had brought a game of Uno No Mercy.
Oh man!
And that is some freaking gangster stuff there. That game, I was like, holy shit! Uno's pretty cutthroat as it is, but this one, like, you get a 7, it's either 7 or 0. They mean 2 different things, but if it's one or the other, you got to rotate your hand to the person to the right of you, or whatever the direction it's going. And then, like I said, the other card you can switch with somebody, and they have the rule: if you get more than 25 cards, you're out, because that's how you could end up with a lot of cards.
Oh, yeah.
More than 25 cards, you're automatically out of the game.
Yeah, my oldest introduced us to Uno Flip.
Yeah.
On the Lord's Day, on Christmas. He did this to us on Christmas. And before it was all over with, I didn't stab him, but I felt like it at some point.
Well, at least it wasn't Cards Against Humanity, right?
Oh, man, that's not as brutal as Uno Flip. That is not. I'd rather play Cards Against Humanity. I really would. Because Uno Flip will make you mad.
Yeah, I'm kind of jonesing for a good Cards Against Humanity night.
Yeah.
I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, we're back. Like I said, the kid tried the Bean Boozled. We got that, and like I said, we're gonna. Sontia said she was down to clown around for entertainment. Coach, I don't know about you, but here's the flavors that we had: livers and onions, or cappuccino. And like I say, they got 2
Both of those would be gross to me, by the way.
Yeah. Then the other new one is Old Bandage and pomegranate. Again, both of those would not be very good to me. But then rotten egg, barf, booger, stinky socks, dead fish, dishwater, stink bug. I got that one. It was pretty gross, and it hung around for a minute. And then I think the kid got toothpaste. I'm like, oh, toothpaste. I could live with toothpaste,
Is that one of the good flavors or bad ones? Hold on. Oh, that's one of the bad ones. I see now.
Yeah,
toothpaste sounds like that. That would be better than pomegranate, cappuccino, or probably that's about it on that list. Everything else looks
better than pomegranate. Do you really like toothpaste?
I like it better than pomegranate.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Pomegranate drink is like literally, why would somebody do that to somebody?
I've never had the drink. I just had the fruit. I
don't know if I've ever had the fruit. I've only had the drink.
The fruit is complicated, but it's delicious.
Huh.
Pomegranate's got some
sweet,
good.
Or is there any bitterness to it? Because if there's any bitterness to it, it doesn't make sense as a fruit.
Yeah, it's sweet. Like when I was eating the pomegranates, because it has like little pieces. It's like not like orange slices. It's just little pieces that you pull out. And
Well, I
you
don't like
eat
the
it.
drink. I'll just say that.
Okay, I've never had the drink, so I don't know.
But maybe we'll put it up to the poll and see if our distinguished guests wanna make us play some Bean Boozled. But I got like 6 packs of them, so.
How do we? So are we? You're saying we're gonna have to get together and do this? You guys are gonna come over to the studio or something, or we'll come? I mean, or we each gonna play them separately?
I mean, just as long as we got each other, I got you guys a box, then just pull one out and go until we get a bad one, I guess.
I mean, we got 6. What's that's 2 each?
Yeah, well, there's 5 now. Me and the kid tapped into one, so. But I mean, there's a box, and there's like, I mean, it's a good sized box. I had to put it in a bag because it stinks.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That kind of killed the appeal.
Oh well, you get a bad one. There's no appeal. Trust me. There's no appeal. You're instantly regretting it, but it's funny. It's fun.
Oh, the kids, like I said, the kids used to play this. I mean, years ago, they'd be funny in there, and like, because I think if they'd play some sort of it where you tried, even if you got a bad one, to not let people know. It was like until you could make a face or whatever, you would lose by then. And
I would
so there's
lose
people chewing past a dead fish. Like, who is that person?
Oh no, I spit it out. Screw that noise. I ain't eating it. If it's bad, I'm not eating it. Kevin says pomegranate seeds are magical.
They really are. It's like it doesn't even make sense to eat. It's like eating gems.
I know it's got health benefits. I seen something about pomegranate and beetroot.
That's why I started trying to drink it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you say beets?
Beetroot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the roots of beets, I guess. I don't know.
I
looked into it, and it's like a powder. You can get it, GNC or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I like beets. That's almost like the roots. That's what comes from the roots.
Yeah. It's the same color as pomegranate. So just take some beets and some pomegranate. And
another thing I'm not a big fan of is beets.
No, I'm not either.
I like pickled beets. I'll literally just sit there and eat pickled beets. It's amazing with turkey. Beets and turkey during Thanksgiving, I would just sit there and eat beets and turkey and hot sauce like a pregnant person, which I'm not at all. But God, it's like if there was a last meal, if I was gonna die in jail and they asked me what my last meal would be, it would be turkey with beets and hot sauce.
That actually seems like a punishment meal to me, because I'll eat turkey, but turkey's literally that's the reason why it's eaten twice a year, or once a year, honestly, because it's the least favorite meat ever made. There's plenty of turkeys out there, by the way. We could breed them just like chickens. If it was popular, we would.
Well, I didn't start liking turkey until I started cooking it. I cook it very well.
Yeah, so you make it like 17 or 18 times a year, 8 or 9 times a year, 10 times a year?
No.
Okay, so you still don't like turkey then.
It's
Turkey's
just
a pain in the ass, though. Nobody has 4 and 5 hours to sit there waiting for something, except for brisket.
Like I say, the prep too. I brine mine, so I got 12 hours in a brine, and then wash it and put it in the.
Yep. Imagine if you did that to a chicken, how good it would be.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying is you literally can't just cook it. It is not good. You have to spend 15 hours getting it ready to make it edible, guys. It's okay. I'm not saying you don't make a good turkey at Thanksgiving when people eat turkeys, but
well, and I don't like leftover turkey either. So I mean, it's once I like it right out of the oven. Let it rest. It's 10-15 minutes and cut in.
And I probably would have been the opposite. I'm a later. I like them as a lunch meat with the mayonnaise and the cheese and all that more than I do on Thanksgiving when I ate a lot of turkey.
I like it cold out of the refrigerator at 3 a.m. Well, we've learned a lot about each other today.
This is a weird start to the year, and weird start to, hey, that's why I think we always usually lock ourselves in with a list and things that we have to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Venture off this far into letting freaking Kevin keep putting things in about beets and seeds of goddamn pomegranates,
He only did 3 comments, and we appreciate your comments, Kevin. Thank you.
We do, Kevin. I'm just saying that's how exciting we've been tonight. We got Kevin excited. He's hungry now.
Probably painting. We've got like I said, I took over the break. I didn't. It was too cold, so I'm done painting, and so I've still got final touches of things to put on, and the formalities. I'm getting my inventory list to send to Angie over at Art House 310, and
sweet.
So, like I said, February 7th, I'm going to be guilting everybody and their dogs come out and make a party. I'm going to
be there because Kevin invited me to be a musical guest.
Well, I hope he cleared it with the boss lady because...
No, I'm just showing up.
He probably didn't. That's how Kevin rolls. That's why we love Kevin. But I'm not trying to piss off boss lady.
Don't say anything. You're going to mess it up. If you say something, she's going to say no.
Well,
I'm also performing. I'm doing a stand-up comedy routine. No, not really.
I was all excited. I was like, oh my God, what are you going to do?
All right, sweet. He cleared it.
Come on. We knew. Give him credit, man. He's a grown-up-ish.
Oh, he's definitely grown up. I mean, he's what... doesn't give a poop. Doesn't give a hoot. Just like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. That's it. We got we're waiting on the event to get made. We've got pictures sent. There's a third artist that I don't know, so I don't know anything about him. I think he does like 3 like vanishing point cities and stuff. Perspective is the word I'm thinking of.
What's his name?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I'd have to,
That's a strange name, but I think people would know that if they know him.
Not sure.
I mean, he is an
not
artist.
Sure.
Maybe that's
President. Not sure. And Comancho, Macho, Libra.
Okay, all right.
Watch Idiocracy. Sorry.
I've been watching El Camino, the Breaking Bad story. I just finished Breaking Bad for the first time, and now I'm watching the movie that was the spinoff of it. And
they waited too long. I couldn't get into it. I watched it and I did not like it.
Oh, I love it. I got into it. There's some episodes or seasons that weren't the same, but I did enjoy it. And then even the movie, because I was sad that the series is ending. I had the movie, and it's been weird so far, but I'm treating it. It's like only a 2.5 hour movie, but I only watch it while I'm working out. So I'm only, an hour and a half into it or whatever. So I still got another hour to go.
Well, I loved the series, but the movie I couldn't get into because they waited too long. Todd was a kid.
That's what I kept.
He's a fat guy in the movie, and it's supposed to take place like
no, and I
right
get
after.
that. That's what I said, but you gotta emotionalize or compartmentalize that. It took me the first. Luckily, that's the reason I think I'm glad I'm doing in series 33 minutes at a time, because by day 3 I accepted it now. Does that make sense? If I watched it all in one day, I don't think I ever would have accepted
Pissed
it.
Off and
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the movie. I just so happen to be revisiting the Breaking Bad series. I'm in season. Yep, I just finished season 5. I think it's the one. Yeah, I just finished season 5.
Season, I believe.
Huh?
Season 5 is the last.
I just started season 5.
There you go.
I just ended season 4 with the whole nursing home situation.
Yeah, so season 5 literally basically right toward the beginning is where they're doing the pool together and he finds the book or whatever. That's where everything changes, man. Great epic, got a great series. And the movie so far I've enjoyed. So and I'm getting ready to start Better Call Saul. I started that, got season 1 in, and then never continued for whatever reason. I liked it too. I just never continued.
I tried to watch it. I I got through like season 1 or 2, and it got slow. And
I know it was maybe my favorite part of Breaking Bad. Honestly.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But solo, it wasn't. I couldn't. I
Not
like
the
Mike.
same.
I like Mike, and I think he's, if I remember right, he's pretty predominant in Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is.
Yep.
Like
Even
I said,
though it's a weird, it was made after, but it's the prequel. It's
Yeah.
supposed to take place before, because obviously Mike's dead, and so is Saul. Maybe.
Wait, what?
Maybe.
I never finished Better Call Saul. What happened?
Oh,
he didn't die in Better Call Saul. But yeah. So
he might have.
My heart.
Watch it now. You got a reason to watch it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this is the best of 24 show. I don't know where it's the recap, the recoup, the living it again, the whatever you want to call it. I had
be the loca, man.
Yeah, I had fun, man. I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna come right out and say I'm gonna do my top 5 shows of 24 right now.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, you do that.
You do
my number,
because you're coach.
Yeah, that's exactly my number 5 was songs on repeat. That was one that also, obviously, at the time you listen to them a bunch anyway, but you also find some other songs that you did. I remember because these were songs that when I was 18 was on repeat, and 23, and so you kind of refine some songs again. One I didn't think I would enjoy as much, but made my number 4, songs about the elements, or the elemental songs. There was a lot of fun songs in that, that you just didn't think about.
Yeah.
My number 3, also because I think I want to go on, but with the road trip songs episode, man. Those are also some of your favorite songs. So those are just driving to work can be your road trip song, because you just think that's a jamming song and something you want to be in the car while it's on playing, is how I think we looked at it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2, which is probably just my favorite genre of music anyway. I think now I call it alternative kind of, but reggae, or California reggae or whatever. But that was, got to do a ton of my Dirty Heads and a lot of my California bands and some Marley and I was revisiting that list today when I was kind of doing this. I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, that was good songs. And a great show. I watched a bunch of parts of these shows, or went and tried to find the clips and stuff too, and those were fun shows. And then my favorite one is probably the one, or my number 1 is the one that's dominated my playlist and stuff since then, and I always go back to it in between. Every time we do a list now, I go back to the horn songs. The horn.
Yeah.
That was definitely up there.
Yeah.
On my list.
I watched that whole show last night, and we were so excited. Like, everybody was so excited about horns, and I remember it was a really good time. It was a really good time. So I agree.
Couldn't find a Nickelback song with horns. I went back, I got a minute's worth of content, and that was only back like 10-15 episodes. I didn't even go all the way back to the very beginning. Your clip of your Nickelback love.
Yeah, I feel like at the very beginning it was definitely more prominent, and as we started doing things that Nickelback did not have a hand in, it was just well,
I think there was a few ones that shocked me that you didn't get one in. Going back, I was like, really? I mean, I think Elements was one. I don't think you had a Elements song for Nickelback, I don't think.
Yeah, because it was Burn It to the Ground, because Matt was the one who was like, I can't believe you didn't say Burn It to the Ground. I was like, I just didn't. I wanted Element.
Yeah.
And then I did something like pretty much the same thing that Nickelback was doing, except for it was different. I don't have that list. What's so crazy is like my list of different things that we have is also in my journal, like my mental health journal.
Yeah.
So I travel through all of this and I see the lists and what I was going through mentally. And I think that's super cool. Because this is like therapy for me. It's good. I love hanging out with you guys just on Wednesdays, or what were we on Saturdays for a long time.
The first time. I definitely like Wednesday better.
Yeah, Wednesday is way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you struggle. You were the anti Wednesday at first. It was hard, but I think it gives you your weekend back. It gives even like the listeners just kind of a Saturday night's hard to always plan for. A Wednesday night's a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to get a life. Went out a few times. Had, like I said, field trips. We went to the Michelle's back. Well, and you played there. That was probably the funnest. I mean, other than the first show of hers, that was pretty fun. But
Oh yeah. And then when it was me and you, we went to the Shamrock.
Yeah.
Before we went to the art house, and then all of a sudden there were just like ladies and their parts everywhere.
Ladies in their parts, yeah.
There's a lot of
art
parts there.
Yeah.
So
it was very femininely dominated art exhibit that month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I'm excited. I'm kind of ready to get it over with. Like I said, I haven't had the energy. Like I said, I finally mustered the energy the other day to send these photos off. They're not due to the 12th. I've been on Kevin's butt to send it so she can create an event so we can share the event.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get flyers, and we're gonna hand out flyers and treat it like a dirty old punk show. We're gonna have fun.
It's pretty much a punk show. Art's punk. Yeah. It's totally punk rock.
Yeah. So yeah, and then like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do after February. Right now, I'm just focused on February, and then we'll see what February turns out. I mean, see what happens. I mean, obviously, I'd love to sell everything and start all over from scratch. That would be pretty fabulous. But realistically, yeah, maybe not happen. But never know. Never know. Just gonna hang up, gonna see what the fuck happens, and we're gonna do a damn thing.
That's why you do the art shows.
And then you're gonna go back to making art.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to vend as much. I mean, we didn't vend very much this year. I vended way less than Kevin even did. He got a few extras in, I think, than me. Probably not much, but I mean, I don't like hauling all my shit to a windy field in the middle of Lawrence. Even the indoor ones. I mean, the indoor ones are definitely easier sell for me. I'm like, yeah, we'll be inside, and if it's something cool. I think we did Monica Fest. I think we'd do that one again just because it's Monica, hang out with, she's good people.
Yeah. And then you guys did Mopigs a couple of times.
Yeah, we've done every Mopigs. I just went in there and let the kids spend her money. And I think it's going to be April, March. There's been some scheduling conflict with the big, what did he say? He-Man convention that Ant's wanting to hit. Because he's got a ton of He-Man.
There's a He-Man convention?
Yeah.
Where? Here?
I don't think it's here. I think it's somewhere nearby. I can't remember what he said. Kansas City or something. Someplace close, but
I got all excited. I was like, what?
Yeah, I could be wrong.
He's coming out, so it's going to be big again, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I loved some He-Man, man. I used to lay in bed, like, when I didn't have school or whatever else, and watch He-Man. And it came on twice. It would come on, like, in the early afternoon, and then it'd come on, like, in the late afternoon. And I'd just be like, He-Man.
Yeah, that was one of my shows growing up.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing we should do is, like, maybe, like, our favorite cartoon songs. That would be something cool.
I'm pretty sure we did it, but like I said, we can go back. It was not in this cast, I guess is what we'll say. But yeah.
But yeah,
I had one of the old cast members reach out to me again after all the drama. Like I said, I'm homie ain't playing this shit no more. I mean, I'm not saying now, but like I said, you piss me off. I'm done. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to see your post. Unfriend. Fuck you. I'm out. And they sent me a friend request, and there's been some drama. I don't wish no drama on nobody, and I ain't gonna.
There's something going on with one of the former castmates that I just seen that was quite a bit to take in, but they're not really part of my life. I mean, other than the show, really weren't. So that was kind of weird to see, but it's life.
Yeah.
What is going? That is so crazy. I'm glad I don't know anything about it, but I
don't even know if we're talking about the same thing, but I would assume we are.
Yeah, we are. And I mean, I
just
ain't
glad
mad.
we
I just
have
don't
a
want to
good-
see the shit. You know, y'all did your shit, and that's good. But I don't need that shit in my life, man. And I'm not fucking around with that. I'm straight savage. Just nope. Close that door. You ain't getting back in.
Man, I'm glad we have a good dynamic to where we don't even have to worry about anything.
No, yeah.
So it's like
I'm gonna mess up someday, guys. And if you cut me that easy, you know, that's your loss, quite frankly. And I'll be okay. But no, I'm joking.
Yeah, I'm sure the that's what the sentiment was there too. But yeah, you know, like I said, my favorite episode of last year that I didn't go all the way back because it was a long year. We didn't miss very many weeks.
Oh yeah, we stayed. I don't think we missed any. Like I know I was sick for a couple.
Yeah, I missed 4th of July, and I missed one other for sure. And then I think we did take one or something else off. When Josh was on vacation, we took one off, or maybe even one on each side of it or something like that. So we did, but yeah, I mean, I think we still had 46 or so shows last year.
52 is the max we could have. So yeah, I think we got pretty close. 20s was my favorite because that music, that era has always been fun. You know, the Great Gatsby style thing. I just watched on my, I made a list of songs too, but on my number one on this list was Girl Haunts Boy. It's I can't think of the gal's name. She was on Bunked. The kid loved her, but some actress that the kid grew up watching on one of her kids shows, and now she's but she was in the 1920s, died and got cursed and haunts this house. New family moves in. The boy can see her. They become besties because he's new in town, doesn't have any friends, and it's like the anniversary of her death, and she comes to life, and they go to a 20s party, and they get to dance and kiss, and so old boy's fallen in love with a ghost, and then realizes that she's cursed, helps her break the curse. She disappears, goes right back to her life, and so she lives a full life, has kids and all this shit, and then he's fucking heartbroken and savage, and and he finds the book and all of this full life that she's lived, and one of the lines, the song is "Still Haunted by You" by Michael Cimino.
Okay.
You had to ghost me, but I'm still haunted by you. It's like, you help the chick get her shit together, break the curse, and she just disappears and lives a nice full life, and you're still haunted by her.
She can't help it.
Yeah. She could have just stayed.
Yeah, he broke the curse. She should have stayed there with him. But the heart wants what the heart wants.
Once a year, you could touch her. Once a year. But yeah, that was. We'll do my list. We'll finish the. Aretha was the second favorite podcast, just because I hadn't listened to a lot of Aretha. I mean, I knew the songs on the radio, the songs that were in the movies, and the songs that in popular, but I fell in love with a lot of all of it. It's just like, God dang. And again, it's back before the technology of all, iTunes or auto-tune and all the technology. The music was raw. The music meant something a little bit more, in my opinion, than what it does today.
Absolutely.
And Jack White was the third one, just because, again, I liked a couple White Stripe songs. I didn't know any of Jack White's solo stuff. But again, I mean, after I started listening to it, I'm like, this is my boy.
Yeah.
My boy Blue.
I knew you would. I'm glad that was I think that was one of my artist picks. And I was glad of that. That was one that we were trying to come up with one, and I was listening through Spotify, and then a song came on. It was just a one of my favorites. That's not top, I'm like, there we go. That's like the 77th best Jack White song. I think we can come up with 15 between us. So
yeah.
Yeah, Jack's a ripper for sure.
Then my
Gotcha.
third,
Look at that.
my third favorite podcast was the 420. Just that's always a fun one. Listen to them old songs. Mine were old songs. I think Casey had a lot of newer songs.
Mhm.
I think most of mine were old. I mean, I had Cypress Hill and that kind of stuff, but yeah, I had a couple newer.
Yeah. And then the sexiest songs, that was one of my favorites.
Mhm.
Sexy. And I know it. I'm surprised that didn't make it.
It
Well,
really didn't. Now that I think about it, that should have been on there.
It'd been
You made
one.
it back a ways if you got the 420 list in there, so you didn't do too bad.
Mhm.
Yeah, my list wasn't too, I had a newer one, Slow Burn, and then I had Willie Got Me Stoned, Jack Johnson, which is a new one, but then Hits from the Bong, Smoke Two Joints, How High, Red Man and Method Man. So I had some 3 older ones, 2 newer. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And I remember I had that AJR song that
Yeah.
I'm not going to smoke no grass today. I remember that one.
That was fun too, because I keep all my lists on a digital file on my phone, and I need to be better. The ones that are labeled by what the show's called is easier to find, but half of them aren't. I just got to click on them. Like, there we go. That was this topic, or that was kind of fun too.
Oh yeah.
Well, that last what I think it was Empowering Songs. The last time you mentioned AJR, that song, which I'd heard it on the radio, but I like it. The video where they're like all 3 standing there and it's all kinds of weird shit, kind of zooming in and out and then and stuff.
With a bang.
Yeah, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Well, let me get my list out of the way before somebody brings up what I was going to bring up.
Okay.
Which most of it was, I have my favorite, not like my favorite episodes, but kind of my favorite moments. Some of them are episodes, but one of them was when we did country songs. And my most favorite part of that episode is when Coach disappeared. When Coach was a ghost and I was begging for an alligator, like those were the 2 things about that episode
No alligator.
I remember the most.
Yeah, that was when my internet was dying out on me, but so we were getting volume, but there was and you like, where are you at? Like, yeah,
Tennessee, right? That's where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, you guys can't see me, and we were like, no. And I thought you were playing the whole time, but you weren't. You were literally right there. It was amazing.
I know. I look good in that cowboy hat too. I need to bring it back. Wear it all the time.
Oh man, yeah, cowboy hats. You need one of those kinds that does the rims up on the side, and like an unnecessary thing right here.
That was.
I would need the Australian, like what mine needs the rolls right here. If I'm going to do one, that's the kind of cowboy hat I want.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little fold in the front there.
Mine's folded everywhere.
Yeah, I want a big unnecessary like church cowboy hat, like
3 amigos.
Like I want to wear gloves.
Little John from Bonanza type one, that dude in the yellow guy in the yellow suit from Curious George looking cowboy hat.
Oh yeah, you can put a whole turkey in there for the one time that you cook it.
The one time a year that you work 14 hours to make it edible. That is true.
Hey, Coach, did you know today's Elvis's birthday?
Hey.
You said Elvis was a good singer and you don't like Die Hard, and I don't even know what I'm gonna do right now.
That was my greatest. That I showed that. I bet I watched that when he put that on there 100 times. Man, that was great.
That was a great one. I had to. It's always hard trying to get it to fit into a minute and have the context. That's the art of it.
You do awesome at it. I love what you do. Most everyone you put is gold. I wish the world one day, just like our art, will find it in the archives one day, and it will get its just due or its respect. But maybe some of our shows, not every show is going to be the greatest. Let's just be honest. But your clips, you find out how to make everyone look like it was the greatest show ever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'll say this about Elvis. One of my favorite characters of all time, the legend of Elvis, so much better than the singer that is Elvis. So I could listen to stories for days. They could make a whole series, a real movie about Elvis, the real Elvis. And I would enjoy the drugs and the alcohol and all of the adultery and all the things that was Elvis. What I would not enjoy is his singing. So,
well, okay.
Oh my God.
oh, you keep go with your list some more.
That is, I feel like on his birthday, even, Coach.
I said all the great things. I love the dude. Jesus Christ, I'd pay to go watch him just talk for 3 hours. You don't need to shake his hips and wear jazzy suits for me, man.
No.
Well, I did watch the movie.
I'd watch this guy make freaking peanut butter and freaking butter or banana nuts sandwiches all fucking day, man. And I'll watch him loaf hollow that bread out and load that can of peanut butter in there, man. Don't get me wrong. I'll watch that one-man show for the rest of my life.
The movie, the biopic, whatever they made of him, I mean, it's got you feeling sorry for him, And I mean, yeah, the Colonel did him wrong.
Yeah.
But come on, man. I mean, you're fucking Elvis Presley, dude. What the fuck? Why you hanging with this guy?
Yeah, you could have kicked him to the curb a long time ago. Yeah.
He knew that he was a singer. He knew that he was required, but he didn't know who he was at the time, which is generally how you end up being taken advantage of by predators, because you don't know your value.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of John Mayer, the man's music, I would not listen to it for the longest time because of somebody's dusty ass son. And I was so sad that I was sick for that episode, because I was laying on the couch listening to John Mayer, falling fully in love with his music, and I wanted to say something about it, but I was just too sick that day. So that particular episode, I really gained an appreciation of John Mayer, and I decided that I was going to stop hating music and astrological signs and cities and last names and TV shows and fedoras. I was going to stop hating all of those because of somebody's dusty ass son. I was going to stop. I couldn't even look at a fedora store for probably 22 to 24.
They have fedora stores?
Peeled my eyes like, oh, fuck fedora.
But Kid Rock ruined it for me. I wore a fedora one time, my hair down, and what, you trying to be Kid Rock? And I'm like, I don't have nothing. I like Kid Rock, but I'm not trying to be Kid Rock. So I wore my cowboy hat and all my grungy stuff, and somebody said I look like Rob Zombie. And I'm like, well, that's closer. We'll go with that.
I'll say this: Elvis sings better than Kid Rock.
Stings, probably, yeah, Stings.
I agree with that. I haven't even heard Kid Rock.
I'm just sitting here wishing, whatever he does with Sheryl Crow, that you get to hear some of that great singing on that one.
Oh man, I hate that song. I like the song that you were singing. Get what you put in. People get what they deserve. I love that song.
Yeah.
Kid Rock, I don't know what happened to him. He used to be my guy. I like his older stuff, but we'll move on.
I like when he rapped. That was when I liked him.
Yeah, that's when I liked him too. And then he stopped. The third thing that I wrote down was finding 3 songs in 2004 that I had lost when we were looking through different episodes. Yeah. So there was Colin Ray, the country episode, Love Me song, where if you get there before I do.
Don't wait up for me.
Yeah, don't wait up for me. And then Standing Outside a Broken Phone Booth with Money in My Hand by the Primitive Radio Gods from 1996.
Yeah.
And then it was James Morrison. You gave me something from something. I don't remember where that was from. I listen to that song every day, and I listen to Atmosphere by John Mayer like all the time.
Right. Great song. That was, I believe, on my list. One of our lists that song was on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's on my regular playlist. It'll come on, and then I'll be like, man, because that's deep. Fourth situation when we had guests. We had our guests, Matt, and then we had Michelle, and then we had Joe Hutchins.
That Skin Man, he was my guest of the year. Sorry, guys, that's because he was set in studio with me.
Right, I remember Skin Man. Skin Man was cool. He really was. I enjoyed that. And it was just like, we're just all going to have guests over here now. Let's just all invite people over. And I was like, I didn't know we were inviting people. I would have invited.
To be fair, I had just done a podcast and he was in the studio. And I happened to turn the show on. He was sitting there. Then he was going to
come up with the list.
Why we did a show, he came up with a damn good list that had a Taylor Swift song on it, guys.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. We'll go back and relive that guy's list. If you best off the cuff list ever, because it's the first,
Oh, yeah. He killed it. Oh, and I remember Deadpool was there somewhere at some point.
Yeah.
In the background. That was cool.
And cool. Michelle's. That was the Michelle. That was the Michelle episode.
Yeah, that was the Michelle walking around episode, because there was a Michelle sitting down episode too.
Yeah, that was the first show. That was the Michelle episode, but we were housebreaking Michelle, and then she was wonderful. She was wonderful during that. She just didn't understand the concept of a lot going on makes it hard.
Yeah, she's not gonna understand that. You kind of go to her beat. Michelle is in charge.
Does live by her drum.
Yes, absolutely. All right,
and the beat of my own tuba.
Tuba. And I think the last one, I don't know where I'm at. So I think this is going to be the last one though, is when we did the Christmas episode and I found Little Richard, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Literally put that on in the morning sometimes to wake up, because he was way too hype. He was way too hype, and everybody's having so much fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, speaking
good list.
Yeah. What?
I did have a top song of 24. I had a top song of 24.
Yeah.
Which was and I don't even think this did make one list, but it was Live Learn, the California Honey Drop.
Yeah.
That and maybe I Wish I Knew by the Revivalists are probably my two most played songs of 24. Like if I ever even I start to feel down, and there's days where I'm down longer than that, but if I I put that song on, at least during that song you cannot be down. Don't care. Hey Casey, you have terminal cancer. I gotta live, learn, get burned, and do it again. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that till I at least go to sleep. I can't do it no more because I'm dancing and getting down, and then Sorry, bad joke. That'll be on my stand-up routine.
Well, like I said, we watched Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll was on a lot of, and the kid loves Jelly Roll and MGK, and she's looking at me like, how do you know this, Dad? You're old. Yeah, and I'm like, 8 years. I've been listening to him at least 8 years, and so I went through and kind of started showing her some of the older stuff that I was listening to. He was still singing. He'd sing the hooks and then just rap the verses. And now I pretty much just sings the country songs, or he's won some country albums and some country awards, and
it's easy to get famous doing country. So if your career starts to not go exactly the way you want, turn to country, you're good.
Well, one thing that I could say about him is he's universal. Like, he's won an award doing all of everything from rap to country to pop to metal. I think he got one metal award at the MTV Music Awards. And then he's just sitting around destroying Megan Fox's life, but that's her business. But
yeah,
it's just
Jelly Roll has a song, I think, on the same album. He's got a song with MGK and a song with Eminem. And I just seen a video, an interview talking to Jelly Roll. He's like, how, they're asking, how do you handle this? And he's like, well, I'm just brutally honest with both of them. And I'm like, that's how you got to be with that situation.
Jelly Roll is brutally honest with Eminem.
Yeah, and MGK. That's
don't
what he
believe
says.
that.
That's what he says.
I don't believe it.
Weird enough, I think the Jelly Roll and Eminem song's better.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the MGK situation in Jelly Roll, but I mean, I think they've been friends longer, and I think Eminem's people hunted Jelly Roll down so he could do that "Save Me" song. Do it with them again.
Mm-hmm.
So Eminem was wanting to get with Jelly Roll with that. So I don't know. That just got some leverage. If Jelly Roll ain't begging Eminem to come be on his song, Eminem's asking Jelly Roll to be on his song.
But if you listen to like Jelly Roll said it, Jelly Roll's like, fuck yes, there's no way you turn down Eminem to be on a song when I listened to it, So I don't think it was begging him. It was also an opportunity, not that Jelly Roll needs it right now, by no means. But it opens him back to another genre of people that it started casting him back to, just like you said, only country. Because I kind of enjoyed his stuff, much like you said, a little bit more before. I'm not saying the dude's powerful, all that stuff. I just don't care. I just don't like that style of music. It's not my drum beat, so
it ain't my tuba.
But that song, he does get it on that song with Eminem. I do like it.
Die with a Smile, Bruno Mars, Gaga.
That is such a beautiful song.
Yeah, that was on one of the kids' lists. She was trying to make a list, trying to tell me your list before you got on, Coach. And I'm like, girl, I can barely remember my list right now.
Well, she told her to text it to you. Does she have a phone?
It was Lonely Road, MGK, and then it was the Gaga, and then she got off on she was trying to show me some metal, and I just can't. New metal, I'm just like, metal is my, I don't know. I'm very selective with metal. And
I love that you're the old person. She's trying to show you new metal, and you're like, listen to my old better. Oh,
that's not Ozzy Osbourne.
I always turn on my YouTube video. I got a couple videos. I'm like, look at me. This is how it was done. This is the metal I like. The stuff that I did. That's the only metal I like.
Oh my goodness.
Kevin says he's learning it on the washboards or the kazoo. I guess he got the Lawrence. He bought a cigar box guitar. Yeah, he said he was playing around with it last time. We went out the 30th, the day before New Year's. Yeah, Monday. It was a Monday, and seen Polly at Kirby's.
Sweet.
That was, God, so beautiful. Her new album's going to be pretty good. She played songs that haven't been released or mastered or anything yet. And pretty powerful songs coming on there. It's like, oh,
I love
she always comes in town for like Thanksgiving. I think if she can, she stays Thanksgiving to Christmas and then off back to her adventures. I think she said something about Germany. She's going to, in the army, trying to get into Germany this year. So
I think I actually, why I even know about Polly was one of you guys' old shows, Artist Alt shows from like when you guys were still at your old house.
Yeah, we've had her on 2 or 3 times with our sock Coach. The last time we did it on there, Coach filled in for Kevin, so we roped that in that he got to miss a Polly moment. I mean, she's amazing. Love it. Yeah, I guess we've rambled on for 53 minutes. Anybody got anything else they want to recap, rewind, tie down? I guess we'll figure out something we've got a million. Coach can think of a million ideas, but we'll stick
songs that start with P.
Songs that make you want to pee. Okay.
Nope. Songs that start with P. Songs that start with S.
Make you want to pee.
No, start with nope. Not make you want to. Start with.
I couldn't even think of a song that would make me want to pee. Like
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Okay.
The rivers and the lakes that you used.
Driving on the highway, no stops, no rest stop, and you got to pee, and the CD's stuck on that song.
The Doors song that starts with the rain coming down, just.
Doors. The day destroys the night. Night flies the day.
Now I gotta pee and go on. Oh.
But yeah, we'll come up with something for we're back on schedule. We're not stopping. Art Assault's gonna be back. I think we're gonna try to do one soon. Just yeah, it's all lonely over there. It's all lonely over there. But I think we're gonna try to get Angie on before the 7th of February. So probably end of January, somewhere around there, we'll get an episode going after we get stuff figured out.
I do have a guest for one of the two shows. We'll see. I'll talk to you about, and the guy knows Kevin. I can't think of his name right now, but his name's Bobby. He's got an album coming out. I can't think of the name of it. I got it all on a card. I know the guy because he works at I've known the guy for years, and then I was just happened to be talking to somebody else about something. He's like, I'm excited. I got a new song coming out. We got an album coming out. I'm like, hey. And he's like, we started talking. I asked about Sontia. He didn't know her, but he knew Kevin.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can't think of Bobby off the top of my list. God damn it, Bobber.
He's a miniature Kevin. No, I don't know how to describe the guy. I can't think of his last name, but anyways, I'll have his card, and then Kevin will know who he is, and I'll have the name of his band and all that crap.
All right, sounds good. We'll get something figured out for next week. Thanks for tuning in, Kevin, and 2 other people. I don't know if we're apparently still on Facebook there. It looks like.
Yeah, I was able to find it on Facebook and share it, but I wasn't monitoring because it seems like when I just leave my phone on to where like the video is running, more people see it. I don't know if that is just me, but it seems like when you're interacting, then more people engage.
Yeah.
Well, and like it'll like show your friends list that Sontia is watching such and such.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
There you go.
All right, let's see if this like I said, I think all I got to do is hit the end stream now, and then I think our outro plays. So that's one less thing I got to deal with. So thanks again, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Don't forget songs that make you gotta pee coming up next.